back to the Insider Outsider podcast. Today I'm with the host, the one and only Ahmed. Ahmed, are
Hey
you able to hear
guys,
us?
how's it going? I can hear you loud and clear. We're just checking
To
the
make sure the
Twitch
video is working,
live
guys.
feed.
But yeah, so there's a lot to talk about. We have been offline for a couple of weeks, not actually a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks. But you will still see posts on because if you want our newest and greatest content, it's on Twitch. But we slowly bring it over to YouTube, but we're about a week or 2 weeks behind, just depending on the exact date. So guys, first of all, listen, our cat jumped up what was like 30% in the last couple of days. Then it went all the way down. I did buy, I did sell, and now I'm going to buy again once it's under 12. So the same cycle continues, right? At this moment in time, there is the war with Iraq, with the Iran. Yeah, sorry, why did I say Iraq?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
they've also went into Iraq. I heard they
yeah,
started to
but
bomb.
the main one was with Iran, and so many things are happening, and obviously it's a scary time. I hope everybody is well and safe. Obviously, the supreme leader is not at the moment, but this is a pretty messed up situation that's happening now. Whether you're whatever side you are on the politics, whether it's a good thing or bad thing in anybody's condition, killing is always the unfortunate reality of the world. It's something that me and Ahmed soon will address when we become prime ministers, co-prime ministers, and we can prevent death and further death. So yeah, it's just an unfortunate time. Now, whether it's needed or not, we are not here to comment on that. We are here to comment about the market and what's going to happen to your stocks. So, first thing I want to put out the way, all right, Ahmed, do not buy energy stocks right now. Okay, do not do it. Energy stocks have been on a roll last year, this year, and now obviously they're on an even bigger roll now just because of what's going on in the world. But that does not mean that you should be buying right now because this is a one-off event. War obviously can be maintained for a long time or for a short time. However, what you do have to realize in almost every category that you do not know when the you do not know when the war is going to end, because as soon as it's going to end, military stocks will take a downturn, and maybe energy stocks will as well, right now energy is going to have an all-time high because, and obviously Iran is not going to be producing oil. They're not going to be trying to do it. They're also
Yep.
actively shooting a different type of oil companies, even with Saudi Arabia. So in Dubai, they have one of the biggest oil companies in the entire world. Obviously, it's a crown corporation from the UAE government, but the right now the infrastructure is still very good, so there's nothing to worry about there. But if they attack further and they have to continue to they have to stop producing oil just in the case they don't want anything to blow up. Do you know what this is going to do for Alberta? Fantastic. Alberta was having a big deficit this year, and I don't know if you realized. So there's a big deficit, more than $1 billion deficit, and obviously
In
what's
is it the energy sector?
yeah, in Alberta in general. So Alberta
Yeah,
has $1 billion
or
deficit this
oil
year.
and gas, or just in general.
Yeah, for in general, but mostly it's
Yeah,
due to oil and gas prices. So
yeah, primarily in Alberta. If you guys are not from Alberta or don't know about
exactly,
Alberta, we're the
because
primary.
it's
Our money
resource rich.
comes from. Yeah,
Yeah, so there is going to be a lot of property tax hikes and stuff like that, all the way to make effect. And obviously, as you've noticed, if you guys done any amount of research in the last little bit, Calgary's water break system looks like it's going to be problematic. So just think
yeah, I
about
heard about that
sinking,
close.
another $100 million to fix that, and probably even more, right? So we all know how these things go with government. So what can you do right now to save your portfolio? And first off, everyone's gonna say, Rav, you tell me not to buy oil and gas stocks. AI bubble looks like it's a bubble. Like what do I do, guys? Simply the exact same thing you've always been doing. All right, we will all never change this perspective, other than one-time off events, guys. This perspective, the person who makes the most money is the person who stays invested and stays in the market, not trying to time the market, not trying to do this and this.
Yes.
Some people who can get insider information. Ahmed, can you get insider information? I know Ahmed can. But if you can get insider information, then great. Then you're going to become a Nancy Pelosi and you'll be able
The
to
Outsider
invest
podcast with the insider
with
information.
insiders. But guys, overall, you will not be able to do this. And guys, you have to understand that you are not going to be able to accurately predict what the USA is going to do unless you're somebody who's in the seats and you'll be able to figure out exactly what they're going to do. So, what should you do
Mhm.
in this category, guys? Invest the exact same. Keep buying S&P 500, keep buying your stuff. Right now, actively, I am buying Amazon. I bought a lot of Amazon today. And people were wondering why. It's because I have bullish outlook on their on the way that it's going to be, the direction that they're going. You could think of it like that. They produce the most amount of money than any company in the entire world at this moment in time, and they also have the best infrastructure and literally the best logistics company. It's literally the best logistics company in the world, right? So with AI, I just see it getting even better and better, and obviously humanoid robots will come to replace a lot of workers that are in the warehouse, which is going to be so much cost saved, right? Whether it's a good thing or bad thing, it's a good thing for the stock. So I'm very bullish on it, and it hasn't had a big rally like your Nvidia or even your Microsoft. Microsoft is having a little bit of a dip now, but it hasn't had
Yeah,
these big rallies, right? And
we've talked
that's
on that
exactly,
as well.
and this is where we look for intrinsic value of a stock versus what's it actually trading for. And so yeah, you can do
Mhm.
your option trading on that, or base your thesis on this. But at the end of the day,
Not
you're
financial advice, guys, but this is just our insider information here.
exactly, yeah. But this is exactly what we're doing in our portfolio. No BS. And we're gonna
Yeah.
keep buying our indexes. We're gonna keep doing the same thing, and we're gonna remember that the most valuable skills to have during this time are people who have skills. So develop your skills. Make sure you're producing more
Yes.
money so that you're able to buy more assets. Because remember, commodity trading, which is like oil and gas trading and oils, grains, anything like this, yeah, this time is going to be very volatile, right? But you do not want to be left hanging in the bag. So trading will not work in that degree unless you're Jim Simmons. In case if you're Jim Simmons, please
Well,
disregard all this advice.
even the people within the trading community,
Hmm.
I kind of I follow up on like theories of how to profit, different methodologies, and there's a lot of gurus out there that you need to like
Hmm.
train out. But what I've essentially what I can extract and derive for our viewer here is that trading is relative to the capital markets are constantly evolving, and the current environment, the current objective reality of trading is that it's becoming more and more difficult. There's like this early adopter. There's a schematic of early adopters and the leverage they get, regardless of what they're adopting. And I think trading has become mainstream. Maybe early adopters back when Wall Street was not digitized is when people could make a ridiculous, early someone early to the party is going to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
really good returns on trading. But right now, even let's say 5 years ago, the average is 90% of people lose their money. They're not profitable. ten
Hmm.
percent are.
Hmm.
And so what Rav is trying to tell you guys is stay away from options unless you're, Jim Simons
Jim
or
Simmons, and then yeah, then you can do whatever you
yeah.
want because the market is your
But
book. But
any
guys,
further because AI.
yeah,
That's the
anything can
last
go
time.
up for any reason, right? But anything can come down for any reason as well. So that's why it's always more likely something's going to go down than it is going to go up. And you just got to remember that consensus, right? Because I promise you, you would rather hold on to all your money and make interest on it rather than losing your money. But now, where
Yes.
are the lessons, right? You can, if you're actively investing, and now actively investing, I do not consider day trading, right? Day trading, I consider myself.
No.
Active in investing means that you're always on the forefront. You're always trying to figure out what this is, and now you can invest as a day trading type of strategy where you trade and you hold it till your thesis comes true and then you sell it. That is like
Yes.
that's like arbitrage trading, and that type of trading is okay because you're going to actively be researching it. If you're an educator, the more education that you learn, the more you're able to educate, and the more you learn, the better you're going to be at your job. The same thing is with investing, right? Like, how many
Mhm.
people I ask, I'm like, yo, what's a beta, or what's a beta, and then they don't know what a beta is, and they will not be able to understand what a beta is, what this is. Like anything you look in terms of option trading or anything like that, right? But they're very quick and
Yes.
hyped to do calls and puts. But if you don't even understand how a call or put, which guys, if you're interested, by the way, we can go over a whole video about this because I think it might
Yes, we
be,
can.
yeah. And so, but that's a whole different level of investing, right? And so instead of trying to be a master of no experiences, you want to learn and dive down and really become a master of something. And guys, in this war that's going to happen forever, how long it is, you're going to see military stocks bounce like high, high, high. You're going to see energy stocks go high, 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 depending exactly what's going on, right? But guys, don't be fearful of the market. Look for buying opportunities. If you see that Amazon is falling, if Apple is falling, a company that you have a you know lot of value in, buy it. Now, obviously, not financial advice, but to rather buy
Mm.
assets when when they're ill will. We'll actually tell you one of our favorite quotes, and I know this is one of Ahmed's favorite quotes as well. It's when the markets are bleeding, buy the markets,
Yeah.
even if it's your own blood. and
That's the one pattern I wanted to say because
yeah.
this is war times, and Rav has just got into a position in Amazon. And what I really find that paralleling is that exact quote.
Hmm.
So I really wanted to mention that, and I think you've done it perfectly.
Yeah.
That quote when it's
Yeah,
opposite.
and that was John D. Rockefeller, right? So don't
Yeah.
remember the first billionaire in the world. He said that, and he lived by it, right? And so, guys, so remember, there's always going to
Even
be
even
news.
when you're blood in the street.
Hmm.
That's what you. I remember you're the one who actually introduced me to this. I understood the concept, but the quote directly came. I remember talking to you about this.
Yeah, it's a good
Separately.
quote. It's a good quote. But guys,
Yeah.
it's quick to understand, all right? We just do not need to stay fearful. All right? Obviously, it's scary times, and then you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. China could attack Taiwan tomorrow. Like again, I hope not, but anything can happen, right? But you
Yes.
cannot
Yes.
let fear dictate how you're gonna live your life, or you're gonna live a life full of regret, right? I've
You ever
heard
seen
people.
that? I really like what you're talking about, and I think that what's really nice here to kind of envelop this concept is there's this thing I watched where there's a statue of a thinker,
Hmm.
and then there's a representation of a doer, and the doer has footsteps, and the thinker stays in the statue form.
Hmm.
So what Rav is basically telling you is you can't just sit there and overthink everything and not take risk. You have to put yourself out there, and especially during fearful times.
Hmm.
And I like this concept. It's
And I'm gonna tell you one more funny thing, okay? Who like again, we don't glorify crypto here, right? But guys, who
yeah.
made the most amount of money in crypto? I'll tell you, the people who's
Yeah.
yeah, the people who forgot their wallet key and forget. And you know how they say go to Dagestan 2 3 year forget? Same thing. Okay, but they put it in
Yeah.
their wallet, they didn't even realize Bitcoin was going up, and they randomly checked their wallet. Those are the best investors, right? They didn't even know what the hell they were doing. And so that those people, so it literally just goes to show you that
Stayed away from it. Yeah. Didn't
exactly that
touch it.
you can stay away from it. And so that's usually also like in real estate I find the
That is a
same.
contrast. That is you don't have to be a doer all the time.
Yeah,
You could doing less is more. I like that too.
yeah, but like
That's
think of it like
you've
this.
added salt to the recipe,
Yeah,
which is
well, like even like this, Ahmed, right? Like right now Bitcoin is at 68,000, right? People were, I was buying at 80. Like again, I'm just going into small positions into what's the company, MSTR, MicroStrategies, right? Because again, I just like Michael Saylor. First of all, I just like him being ballsy. Okay, he is somebody who is has 100% conviction in Bitcoin, and I can admire that about somebody. Whether you agree or disagree, you have an admiration of somebody who fully believes in what they do, right? But even what was his average buying point of crypto? Like it was like 78 or something. So this guy 10K down per crypto, other than the ones obviously just bought, right? So you can keep repositioning.
yeah.
But guys, like let's say Bitcoin goes to 1 million now, okay? From here it goes to 1 million. Everybody's gonna say, oh, you should have bought in the dip, you should have bought in the dip, right? Today everybody's gonna say, oh man, you would be stupid to hold on to crypto, right? But I'm saying this is true in every single category: stocks, crypto. Amazon had a time where Amazon was down 95%, nobody was buying Amazon. Same thing with Apple. And people will say that for the rest of time instead of looking at, hey, listen, I keep letting my emotion dictate decisions rather than logic. That's what they do. And guys,
Yes.
just do not forget this, right? So we're obviously, this just want to be a quick pod where we just want to tell you guys, hey, it doesn't matter whether the war happens or not. The funny thing is, I was telling Ahmed, Ahmed, this is so funny. But I was telling Ahmed a couple months back, I'm like, I should join. I want to join the military just because I like the feeling. I want to do it, and I want to
Yeah.
be like it's just fun, right? It's a rhythm routine, right? And it's
There's
so funny
there's
that
symbolic. There's so much. I like the conversation we had.
yeah,
There, it was like the psychology of someone who goes to war. A soldier is very
force being
disciplined,
disciplined. Yeah,
and Rob doesn't like the not empiricized. He doesn't want delusion. He wants empiricism, and
uh-huh.
so he goes after it.
But
And that's what he wanted. But
it would be
you could
funny,
carry
but
that. You
I
were
could
saying,
get called in every day, any day, all right? I'm not in the military, so I didn't join in.
oh my god,
But
they could have called you in.
yeah,
No,
buddy. So that's just the crazy part is because me and I were going over the scenarios that will a war happen or not? And man, I'll tell you 100%, I was fully wrong. I told Ahmed there is no way in hell any war is gonna happen that Canada is gonna be involved in. Ain't no way, Jose. That's what I was saying. Ahmed's like, I don't know,
I
man. It's looking real suspicious, and he mentioned Iran as well. So Ahmed had real insider information that see Ahmed doesn't even remember. He's like, oh shit, did I say this? But yeah, Ahmed was so
forgot.
smart in that moment that he said this, and I wish it was on video because now everybody would be like, holy damn, Ahmed fucking literally predicted this. So I don't know who's
But he
giving.
Ahmed lost the plot right away. He just
Yeah, so
instantly
I don't
forgot.
know if who's texting Ahmed about these secret formulas and stuff, but you
Oh
never know
yeah,
what's gonna happen,
KGB
right?
had KGB in my DMs.
Exactly, man. The insiders, man. But like
But
again,
yeah,
like we're saying, guys, there is positions in any market to win, and this is just another position. So be smart. Don't try to jump into energy or nuclear or whatever kind of stocks you want, right? I'm not telling
late
you guys what to
energy.
do.
It was super late to
Yeah,
energy. Yes,
exactly, right?
just like silver. Last time, Rav, we called out the silver. We're
Yeah,
like, this is
we
too
said
late.
everybody
Right
go
on
after gold, but
time.
everybody should be going after silver. And literally, in like the next week, blah 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 blah, it was just went crazy. And I think we did a pod one day before silver had like almost a 20% drop, and
Yes,
we're like,
that's what I'm
yo, we
talking about. Yeah.
predicted this. Yeah, but it's
And
again,
right now, Rav, it's the same. It's the same pattern. Rav is predicting the data that's out there is old. People have already invested on that data of, oh, we have a scarcity problem because Iran shut down.
Mhm.
They're thinking of shutting down the Hormuz, the whatever.
Yeah,
It's like
there's
a
going to be a
canal.
lot, right? A lot of flight disruptions and everything, right?
There's
Again,
also theories of them. There's like internet lines under there.
yeah,
If they go snip snip, we're kind of screwed.
yeah, like Ahmed
They're
once
they're
snip
really
snipped him when
important.
he was a kid, you know?
It's a little TMI, too much
TMI.
information.
All right, guys. But listen, one thing I do wanna point out in this whole. I think I just had a brain fart. I had something so important to say, and now it just fully gone out the window. All right, well, Ahmed, I'll let
You
you
think-
continue. Yeah, snips it made me forget it. I still my brain. Uh,
Well, actually, yeah. Is it in regards to Iran or like the geopolitical situation?
well, no, it wasn't about geopolitical. It was just. Oh yes, yes, I remember. A lot of people have the notion that most amount of millionaires become from real estate, and it is true in logic.
Yeah,
Why is it, Ahmed?
yeah.
Do you know? I'll explain to the viewer right now. All right, it's
Why
because
is it actually?
I'll tell you why. It's because even though, and I'll tell you the truth, in logic, stocks would have made the most amount of millionaires in history. So stocks have been the best performing asset of late time. Like literally for the last 50 years, stocks have been the best performing asset. Destroyed real estate,
Yeah.
destroyed every single investment. But wait, why are most more millionaires in real estate then? I'll tell you why. Forced zero liquidity. It's because in stocks, you can sell like this. You get scared of the headline. Oh, sell, sell, sell. Buy, buy, buy.
Liquid.
What happens in real estate? For you to do one transaction, it takes you 3 to 4 months, right? So if you're stuck in a transaction, you can't sell, you can't buy, and so you're forced to hold on when you buy real estate, right? Obviously, if you can keep it. Now, if you can't keep it, then then you're messed up. But as long as you keep it, you're fine. And Warren
Yeah.
Buffett once was asked during one of his Berkshire Hathaway, and again, I watch all of his Berkshire Hathaway meetings. And man, these are like 8 hours long. They're beautiful, Amity. You should watch them. I think I've told you before the last one to watch. But somebody asked Warren Buffett, they're like, hey, why don't you buy real estate? Right? Real estate makes so much money. And then Warren Buffett said, we love real estate. The problem is, I can buy a stock in 1 second as much as I want. But in real estate, it's going to take me a month or 2 months, regardless, even if I'm paying cash. Right? And so if you want to make the best deals in history, those are stocks because you can sell, buy as fast as you possibly want. But in real
Yeah.
estate, you're forced liquidity. You're forced to hold on, and you really
Yeah, there
cannot
is
give.
it's not as much liquidity.
Hmm?
That's interesting. I would have never had that exact perspective until now.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's why
there's
we have the
also like
Insider Realtor podcast. That's why we talk.
yeah, yeah, but there's also like a full circle where I think real estate is incorporated into S&P 500.
Yes, it
Real
is.
estate prices, the market's all timed in together. It's
Yes.
one big piece, one big, and
But Ahmed, you would
the,
never have thought that. But the reason why a lot of people are so rich, like you always hear people say they're house rich, right? Right? But they're like, "Oh, my
yeah.
home's worth a lot of money, but I'm not worth a lot of money unless I sell." But that's the situation, guys. So, guys, think about that
Like
next time.
what I'm really trying to say earlier is just because I haven't really put out the full picture,
Yep.
Rav, and I think we need to dissect this together. Is there's companies like Evergrande. I mean, there's individuals that hold nice big portfolios or a house or two, but there's these huge real estate companies that
Yeah.
have huge lots of land,
Reality Income is
and
another one, by the way, over there in the U.S.
that's an issue. The management, huge real estate, like in Evergrande. Remember, Evergrande went down.
Yeah,
They were
China
building.
company. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you just get me to think. I've never really thought about the liquidity of the real estate market like that.
Yeah, but that's also one of
So,
the reasons. Like think of it like this: when you're a big company and you're forced to sell thousands of units, you're gonna get destroyed on price because more big companies are just gonna eat you alive.
yeah, but what you said
It's-
earlier is people that didn't have the crypto in front of them were actually the ones that benefit.
Yeah,
So
what was
holding
that
real
one?
estate,
What was that one? Like it was like BitSafe or something like that. The first crypto, like where like the biggest company back in the day, it was like like I forgot what it was called, BitSafe or whatever it's called, right? Bitmine maybe.
there was like this black market. What's it called? Silk Road,
Not Silk Road,
and then
not
there
Silk Road.
was
It was a.
that's prior.
It was
That's
like it
before.
was like
First it was Silk Road, then it was
yeah.
Bitstamp or something.
Let me see if I can find it. In the meantime, Ahmed, you can continue with some more of your thesis. One second. What was it?
Um, what I'm actually questioning right now is during these huge moves in the market when it comes to like war, how does the liquidity within real estate affect the greater economy? Like if you were because if what you said Warren Buffett could just exit a trade instantly, there is some benefit to having that instant liquidity. in and out of trades. But there's also the negative, because
Okay,
what happens is if
sorry,
you
I
get in and
found
out of
out which one it
trades,
was. It was Mount Gox, or if you remember it,
wrong
was
docs, yeah,
yes.
yeah, wrong
So
docs.
yeah, so what is it, like 70% or 80% of people's crypto got stuck, right? Yeah, and it was because they were
Yeah.
doing some random filings, and so guys, the people got their money back, but listen, they were forced to hold on since like what 2011. So you can imagine
Oh,
they knowing their portfolio is worth
eight
this much,
hundred
right?
dollars. That's 10 plus years. Oh, it's
Yeah,
15,
and
16 years.
it's forced holding. You have no choice to get rid of it, right?
Yeah, but that's a benefit. And with real estate, do you think that it's a benefit within real estate to have that
That is the benefit. That
restrictiveness?
is the benefit, right? The one problem with that is you cannot use strategy. Like you can still use strategy, but the strategy with stocks is so much better. But you do not get the same reward as you would have if you would if you know if you were if
It's
you
like an ROI context,
yeah,
or
yeah,
ROI
yeah,
ranges.
yeah. If you can sell like house shares, which is a business that me and Ahmed have thought about in the past. Don't steal it, guys, all right?
Yes,
But
tokenized.
if you could do it
Tokenized.
like yeah, if you could do it like that, then you're in the same position as stocks, right? But you still need
Yeah.
liquidity at the end of the day. So the thing is, with companies that are worth trillions of dollars, there's liquidity for days, right? There's not a lot of players that can sell 20 or 30 billion dollars worth of stock in one day or buy and sell, right? And so liquidity is not an issue. But in terms of real estate, yes, it is. If
Yeah.
you want really, if like you're going to foreclosure, right? How long does it take the bank to take your property? It still takes them 2 3 months.
Just to go through that
Yeah,
process.
just to go through the
I
process.
think,
So
yeah.
if that's the case, then guess what? Then you're still messed up. You still have no option, right? And so you got to really think about this, guys, right? So when you buy real estate, it's forced holding. So if you apply the same logic, like just for the average Joe in stocks, you're
Yeah.
rich. And this is sometimes where it is beneficial for most people to get like an advisor just to do it on their behalf, because even with an advisor they can't just sell right away, and usually you have some sort of contract that's going to make you think like, hey, no, I can't do it, I'm going to have to pay a huge fee, right? Rather than, oh, gold is going to sink, let me sell gold, right? Like the truth is everything is
Hmm.
usually overblown, right? Yeah. All right, Ahmed's
Exaggerated.
emotions going crazy right
Exaggerated.
now.
Like,
Ahmed as a teenager is a stock market.
What's it called? The one thing I feel like the edge, because people think that, oh, stock market is just a place where people buy and sell and trade, and there's only two parts of the contract: the buyer and the seller. There is way more to it. There's algo trading. There's like the way I like to look at it is, like the sea has like algae at the bottom,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
It's a whole
you
ecosystem.
have these.
You're talking about like a whole
It's
ecosystem.
entire ecosystem. And when you buy and sell, usually there's a commission to the exchange, the
Yes,
broker.
yes, of course there
Broker
is.
does
No one's
basically nothing.
yeah, no one's gonna do nothing for free,
People
buddy.
think that, oh, and there's also like these things called ETFs, where there's financial jargon put in front of people, like I basically, there's a dude that tells you you can get into something if you go through me, and you have to pay it like a access fee.
Yeah. ETFs
And
have their place because there are good ETFs, right? But the Ahmed is
but
just
there's people within. What I'm trying to say, you're not wrong. ETFs are a great
big
tool,
banks
but
that
yeah, but there's people that take money, middlemen that take money all the time. That
because and
shouldn't be.
again, Ahmed is not gonna give you like Ahmed is not saying something crazy, right? Obviously, mutual fund holders have
I'm
the
just
benefit
describing
of
an
yeah,
ecosystem.
yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, in a mutual fund, you have the benefit of having somebody who knows what they're doing in relatively the stock market to be
Yes.
able to
Yes.
invest. However, take a look at how many mutual funds actually outperform regular S&P investing.
Mhm.
Almost none. If unless you're able to invest into Jim Simmons stock, like don't
Yeah.
even try. It's not even worth it.
Yeah, they don't. Unless
Yeah.
you know Nancy Pelosi directly, then
Yeah, exactly. If you know Nancy Pelosi directly, you should open up your own fund.
the Nancy
All
Pelosi
right?
effect.
Yeah, buddy, that's
Yeah.
genius. That girl's a genius. But that's unfortunately that's the truth of reality, right? But so
I
you
think
can
there's an interesting thing that happened. Sorry to cut you off.
yeah,
You
yeah, no,
finish
go
your
for it.
statement.
No, go for it, go for it.
So I don't mean to talk about unsensitive topics, but within the context of war, there's obviously people with ulterior motives of profiteering.
Hmm.
And when Iran attacked, it looks like a boat sail. It's in Dubai. It's a building. It's like looks like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wing of them.
It's the big hotel.
Some people, and you guys do your own research. I'm not going to say word names or anything. Took out prior to this even happening. Iran even striking these buildings. They took out some, shorts almost like this
Bro, I didn't
insurance
even know that.
policy.
Are you talking about like on like the betting platforms? Like what are those betting platforms called? I forgot.
No, no, no. This is Polymarket that you're saying. You
Yeah,
could do that
Polymarket.
too. No, it's not necessarily poly market. It's literally insurance policies. So there's life insurance, there's LLCs, there's nuance to this stuff. I don't even know half the stuff, but pretty sure Rav has some experience with part of it, right?
Yeah,
There's some loopholes that right?
unfortunately, guys, the thing is, some people will know knowledge before others, and some people will act upon it. Now, whether it's true or not, right? Like again, I can't.
Yeah.
Me and Ahmed are not commenting whether it's true or not. Ahmed just saying something that he's heard, right?
Yes.
So it may be true or not.
Yes.
Like again, if you want to learn this fiction, but
But
people have
the
said
reason
this.
I'm
Yeah,
more sorry.
no, it's all good. People have said this about almost like every big disaster that's happened, whether it comes to, unfortunately like 9/11 terrorism, or like even when it comes to Titanic, right?
Exactly.
People talk a lot about
Yeah.
it. So I remember
Conspiracy
back,
theory.
yeah, yeah. So it's like like take it anyways you will, right? But like again, you never want to be betting
Yes.
against these people, right? Because if people like these guys are able to know what's happening in the market, then they will manipulate you, right? And so you need to be really, literate to be able to do your own investing.
Yes.
And if you don't,
Uh,
it's just not helping you, right? Like guys, I'll just simply tell you this. If your bank is investing on your behalf, just please take a look at the funds, that the amount of interest you're paying. I swear to God, if you're 40 or 50 and you've been investing since you were 20, you're probably giving him $10,000 to $15,000 a month in commission. I'm not even joking to you. On $1 million portfolio, and if you're paying 1%, that means you're giving every single year you're giving them $10,000. So if you just convert that into VOO, guess what? Now you're paying $100 a year, right? And so for the exact same thing, right? For majority of people, right? Now obviously in some certain situations you're not going to have that, and if you're trying to build a relationship with a bank, you might need to. But like without the situation learning, if you make yourself somewhat illiterate, you'll be really well off.
so called, a lot of these people are actually entering the space of banking because of this new crypto law. And
Sorry,
I urge you
Ahmed,
guys,
if I don't mind cutting you off, just if you need any
we have
proof,
passed
if
our
you need
threshold.
any proof, huh?
We've passed our threshold,
Well,
but
we're at
sure.
26 minutes. Let's make it 30 today. Let's
Yeah.
make it 30. If you need
Yeah.
any more proof that that insider trading happens, Polymarket, I believe, just not Polymarket, and the police just arrested the first known insider trader on Polymarket, and it was a guy who worked for Mr. Beast, and he would make Polymarket bets on who's gonna win challenges, and obviously he would already know the outcome, and so that's what he was doing, and he got caught. Now the worst part about this guy,
Oh
okay? I'm gonna tell you the worst part
my.
about this guy, okay? He only made a couple $1,000 because he wasn't going big bet, right? So if you're going to risk, I'm not, I don't say never break the law, but if you're going to break the law, why on earth would you do it for a couple thousand bands? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, where's the ROI on
Yeah,
that?
yeah, but I promise you something, right? There, he is not the person making the money moves with insider trading, all right? In this situation, guys, whether it's fair or not, the people have the ability, and even like Polymarket came out and said like you need some people who actually know the inside, because that's how it makes the bet interesting, right? And like I can't remember the exact wording to that, but I listened to it and I was like, what is this person talking about?
There's some legality, and if you're gonna risk your life, you better come out with
Yeah, yeah,
the
like take
more.
like a multi-million-dollar swing, right? Like what are you doing for only a couple
Yeah,
$1,000? Like I'm pretty sure
like
he's like, oh, not gonna be greedy. I'm gonna go so light, no one's gonna catch on. I have no idea how they caught on, by the way, right? Because you wouldn't be assuming that that's what they're going after. But guess what, guys? I guess they are.
might not be the best, my greatest quote, but
Oh, let's
if
hear
you're
it.
going for if you're gonna go do a cheat meal, don't go for a diet coke.
Yeah, exactly. 100% agreed. All right, drink the real Coke, man.
What the hell
Stop,
you
stop.
doing a good
Like
job
everybody
for
drinking
guys?
Diet Coke too, man. I'm like, goddamn, buddy. Goddamn. I appreciate you looking at your sugar intake, but goddamn. All right, I'm just like, just be a real one. Just do it. Just take the real thing.
Welcome to
Some
the
people do that even with cheat meals, guys. Just offline for just bodybuilding talk, because we're pretty much done the pod at this point. Today was just a
yeah.
quick one, just telling you about not to be fearful. But bro, all right, some people are like, okay, even in my life, okay, this a personal attack on a lot of you, all right? You know who you are, all right? They're like, oh, I want a cheat meal, but I only have this many calories. I'm like, yo, man, shut the hell up, bro. Yeah, Shiva, Ahmed, I'll tell you how I do my cheat meals, okay? Ahmed knows I get shredded some portion of the year. Right now, I'm in the portion to get shredded. When I have a cheat meal, I just skip two of my regular meals. So if I have 5 meals in a day, I just eat 3 meals and then I just eat my cheat meal. All right. I just bounce off the calories
Oh,
from there. That usually takes care of it
yeah.
very well.
Does your cheat meal involve protein?
Yeah, we use 100%. Like who does it?
Well,
Are
it's
you
not
telling me?
so much of a cheat
Are
meal.
you,
It's
are you
like
telling
a
me? Are you telling me
kind
even
of
pizza you can get like obviously not for yourself, but pepperoni and
yeah,
chicken on,
right?
right? But like, are you telling me you
Yeah,
don't get a burger and the burger got a big juicy patty full of protein, right? Like
exactly.
yeah, and again, if you sucks, but you just go get a fucking protein milk to go, man. It ain't that difficult. It's pretty easy.
Or do what Sam Sulek does. He has chocolate milk. He's like, this has some protein in it.
It's as a protein in it. I love that. All right, guys, listen, we're gonna have to cut the pod here. I'm gonna thank you again for tuning in. But guys, just one single cool. Me and Ahmed are planning a lot of big things. So the best investment you can do is the investment in the community, invest in the people that you love, and make sure, guys, do not be fearful. It's times like this that bring the opportunity. It's not the other way around. Now is not the time to guard your money. Right now is the time to deploy. And
Mhm.
100%, it's always the time to deploy, all right? So that's what you got to know.
And remember to invest in yourself, and that's why you're going to subscribe to Insider Outsider podcast button below. It's red, like my shirt. Please,
Peace.
thank you for watching.
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you.